After what has felt like a long wait, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are finally in stores and in users' hands. Apple's latest update is one of the most comprehensive redesigns of the iPhone platform since the iPhone 4. As of today, the new iPhones are the biggest ever, not only in size, but in sales. Pre-orders of the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus reached 4 million in the first 24 hours, doubling the pre-sale of the iPhone 5 2 years ago. So what's the big fuss over these new iPhones? Here's an early look at both of them. Both iPhones are thinner and lighter than previous models, yet boast a longer battery life, faster wireless standards, higher screen resolutions, and a collection of other improvements. The iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are the thinnest iPhones ever made, and that's including the interesting protruding camera on each device. A basic iPhone 6 is only 6.9mm thick, and the larger 6 Plus is only 7.1mm thick. They're each significantly thinner than last year's iPhone 5C, which came in at 8.97mm thick. The iPhone 6 features a 750 by 1334 screen resolution, a noticeable difference from the iPhone 5S, which featured a 640 by 1150. Despite the extra pixels, the iPhone 6 has the same number of dots per inch as the iPhone 5, which had a 4-inch screen. By comparison, the iPhone 6 has a 4.7-inch screen that can show an extra row of apps on the home screen, plus a little extra space on the left and right. The 5.5-inch iPhone 6 Plus is the largest iPhone Apple has ever made. With a 401 ppi Retina HD display, the iPhone 6 offers users a higher level of detail than ever before. A display this large would be ideal for legitimate multitasking, but for now it can be turned on its side to show 2 panes of apps, as well as mail and messages, mimicking a long-time iPad capability. Both of these iPhones are powered by Apple's latest A8 chip and M8 motion processor. A8 is faster and more power efficient than last year's A7, promising gains in both general and graphic performance. The M8 motion processor adds a barometer to your iPhone, so in addition to the accelerometer, gyroscope, and compass, you can more accurately measure steps, as well as distance traveled, and even elevation based on air pressure levels. Apple touts iPhone's camera as the most popular camera in the world, and improvements to the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus video functionality could make it the most popular camcorder in the world as well. Both models feature an 8-megapixel still camera similar to the iPhone 5S, with promised color and focusing refinements. In addition to time-lapse video recording capability added in iOS 8, the rear camera can now record 240 frames per second in slow motion capture at 720p. The camera can also record 60 frames per second at 1080p. The iPhone 6 Plus includes optical image stabilization, a feature that should increase sharpness of photos and reduce jitter in videos. Apple is also investing heavily in NFC payment technology, a feature technically found in many Android phones, but one that has struggled to catch on with the mainstream market. Apple took a different approach, partnering with leading American banks and collection of large retail chains to ensure their vision of mobile payment systems pays off. Your scanned fingerprint will replace your signature as proof of who you are. Without question, the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are ambitious devices. Despite their latest offerings, there are some questions that still need to be answered. What will users think of the new rear camera, which sticks out on the iPhone's back? Will the performance justify the awkward metal ring and lens protrusion? Or will users hate the fact that the iPhone rests unevenly on flat surfaces? We also have a lot of questions about Apple Pay and how this will eventually play out with retailers. Until Apple Pay is more readily available, however, the jury's still out on Apple's quest for mobile payment systems. What sort of real-world battery life is expected of these new iPhones? And how much better really will the new A8 processors be than the A7s that came before it? We'll have answers to all of these questions coming up in iLounge reviews for the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. Check back on iLounge.com for the latest details, including reviews of the first round of iPhone 6 specific accessories.